Hey guys, and welcome to Tech Tips 365. My name is Sahan, and in today's session we are going to look at a rather interesting machine learning AI tool that I recently came across. I've been trialing this tool for the last couple of months, and there are a couple of reasons why I really like this tool over some of the apps or the tools that I've used for building machine learning in the past. First of all, this is a very easy tool to get started with. Anyone who doesn't even have a prior knowledge around building machine learning models can pretty much get started and get the hang of on how to build a really good AI model. Second of all, the tool allows you to export the AI models that we build into various projects that we might have. It might be a mobile app or it might be a web app. But also it gives you the ability to export the model into devices like Raspberry Pi, so you can build some of that edge computing capability using the AI model that we built. Now, the most important thing why I really like this tool is right now this tool is available for free. So the tool is called Lobe. You can download the tool by going into lobe.ai, and you can find a link below in the description. And in today's session, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek into how easy it is to build a really great AI model using Lobe. But before we get started, here's my intro. So in the next few minutes, we'll be looking at building a very simple machine learning model to track if a person is wearing a face mask or not. And I'll be training the AI model or the machine learning model using pictures of myself wearing a face mask as well as myself not wearing a face mask as well. So let's get into it. So you can start using Lobe by opening the app on the desktop. And once Lobe loads up, you can specify a project for the AI model or the machine learning model that you're using. There is also some guided tutorials that will explain how to build AI models. There's also some documentation. There's a link to the Lobe community, but as well as there are a few examples as well. If you want to have a look at what are some of the other capabilities that we can build using Lobe. And on the side you will see all the other projects that you've built before. So here are some of the other apps that I've or the AI model apps that I've built. So from here I'm going to click new project, and I'm going to give a project name as face mask. And you can see over to the left hand side, I have labels, I have train, and I've got use as the three options that are available for me. So in the label, this is where we need to import the pictures that we are going to train the machine learning model on. So to import some pictures, I can click on the import button and have a few options in terms of importing the pictures. So I can either import them as images. So if the images are stored in your computer, you can upload those images one by one. You also can hook your webcam or your camera directly into this app, and you can take the picture straight away from the camera itself. You can also upload the images in bulk if you have the images stored in a particular data set or a folder structure. So in this instance, I'm going to use the camera. So I've turned on my camera and I'm going to give a label here saying mask on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear a face mask. And I'm going to click on this button once, and what it does is you can notice under images there is one image at the moment. So I can also click and hold this button, which will take a burst or a collection of images that can be used for my training. So I'm going to click hold, which is what's going to do is it's going to take a few pictures. I'm going to turn my face a bit to the sides, to the top, to the below, and you can see I've already taken 121 images. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to import another set of images with me not wearing a mask. So if I go ahead and remove the face mask, and I'm gonna this time give another label called mask off. And now what I'm doing is I'm gonna take another set of images. So image of me not wearing the mask, looking up, looking down, looking to the sides. And what I'm also going to do is I'm gonna hold the mask like this, and I'm gonna take a few pictures as well. So the reason why I did that is this machine learning model pretty much uses the texture. It compares the texture in the image to identify or categorize its AI model. So by me just holding the mask and not wearing it, I'm giving it the ability to differentiate between when a person is wearing a mask versus someone's holding a mask, as well as someone's not wearing a mask. So if I go to the train option over here, I can see my model is 100% trained at the moment. So what happens at the back end is, as we upload the images into Lobe, they go through the training model automatically. So there's nothing that we have to do. All we have to do is give the respective label, import the picture, and Lobe takes care of everything else around training the machine learning model. So we can go to the use menu, which will give us an option to test or trial the model that we've built. So at the moment you can see a preview from my camera, and the model is saying I'm not wearing a mask. So let's go ahead and wear a mask and see if the model will detect it. So there you go, instantly the model was able to identify that I'm wearing a mask. So let's see how it works in some of the states. If I look up, look down, yep, it still identifies me as wearing the mask. So let's see if I wear the mask halfway through and see how it handles the detection. So let's go ahead and take it off a bit, and it still says that I'm wearing a mask. That means I haven't given enough data or enough images for it to make a differentiation around wearing a mask fully versus wearing a mask halfway through. So what I'm going to do now is, right now it says I'm wearing a mask. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over to this this red box over here, and I'm going to click it. That means I'm giving the instructions to Lobe saying, hang on a second, although you're saying I'm wearing a mask, I'm not actually wearing a mask. So as I do that, you can see the machine learning model gets retrained. So at the moment it is going through the training process again, and you can see now it's able to identify clearly that I'm not wearing the mask. So let's go ahead and wear the mask. Now it says, yep, you're wearing a mask. So now you can see it kind of got confused. So I need to go back here, and I'm gonna say what the prediction is correct. So it'll go and fine-tune the model again. So there are a couple of fine-tuning you will have to do just like that. So let's see how it has come about. So let's say now it's very certain around that I'm wearing a mask. If I wear it halfway through, it says I'm not wearing a mask, and if I turn it back on, yep, it identifies that I'm wearing a mask successfully. So you can see how easy was it for me to build a very simple machine learning model using Lobe. And this is why I really love this tool. It is very simple to use. All I had to do was upload a few images along with the respective labels, so the machine learning model can categorize those images, and then right within the app I can test it out. But all that complexity around training the machine learning model was taken care by the Lobe engine. So if I go to the use area and go to export, I can see the various platforms that I can export this machine learning model to. So at the moment, it allows us to export them into TensorFlow. So if I'm building a web app, I can export this model into this web app. Also, I have the ability to export this into any of the mobile app projects that I'm building as well. Whether it's going to be Android or iOS, I have the ability to export them. The interesting thing to me is where Microsoft will take this tool. If you compare the capabilities of Lobe, the functionality it provides is very, very similar to some of the AI capabilities that we get with the Power Platform. So it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft will be doing with this. But for now, this is a great little tool. It's available for free for anybody who wants to get started with machine learning and AI. This is a very, very good starting point. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's session. I will come up with some future videos around using Microsoft Lobe as I continue to learn on it, and whenever I find some really cool tips on it. So hope to see you soon with another tech tip. Until the next time, thank you.